Hello and welcome to Getter Farms. We're here on the Minnesota Millennial Farmer map by Mapper's Paradise, and today is a special episode. This is our 50th episode on this particular map, and so we're going to be doing a couple of things a little bit different today. First off, I want to start by saying thank you to everybody in the community for supporting the channel. We hit 5,000 subscribers earlier this week, and that's a huge milestone. So a huge thank you from me to you for all of your support over the last couple of years as we've been growing the channel. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. This is not our saved game. This is a new version of the map that Mapper's Paradise just sent me over this morning, and he was kind enough to allow me to give this a test and see if the issues that I run into while playing and the issues that all of you have reported in the comments on my videos have been resolved, and just kind of give him a hand, get a second set of eyes on things and see what's going on with the map. And so I want to highlight some of the cool improvements to the map and kind of go over some of the major issues that we've seen. And I can just start out by saying that all of the major game-breaking type issues that anybody has reported to me in the past have been resolved in this version of the map. So let's start with a couple of the new things / changes. Mapper's Paradise posted this out on his Facebook channel a couple days ago, but he's added in a new variant of the Lizard Warrior semi-truck, as well as the Wilson Pace Setter trailer here that have the Millennial Farmer logo on them. The trailer also has the logo on the mud flaps. And so that is a super cool little addition to the map to go along with so many other just cool themed items that are everywhere. And so with that, let's jump into some of the other small changes that have been made to the map. So I'm going to actually come down here. I've got a few vehicles parked in different areas of the map, but I'm going to jump down here. I've got a pickup truck down by field 5. And this was one of the big areas that had issues that I actually posted a fix on how to get around this. But this had a lot of issues with water plane being too high on the map. And so when you would drive through the low spots in this field, you'd get water warnings. And, I just want to show off while I'm talking about this. I'm not seeing any of those kinds of issues on this map anymore. And in fact, it sounds like a lot of the ground has been completely redrawn. I'm going to drive right through my corn here just to see. That looked like a low spot to me. So everything seems to be working fine here. And I'm just going to zip over here to the lake and just make sure that the water still works appropriately at the lake, which is where I would expect it to work. So my understanding is a lot of the ground issues that were there have all been resolved now, not just the water plane issues, but a lot of the ground has just been redone and tweaked. And if we come in here, the water's still there. It's still working appropriately. So that's pretty cool. And so all of the issues down here have been resolved. A lot of people reported issues using workers and just with field 6 in general for some reason. So I went through and, cultivated, tilled this up, planted it, the whole 9 yards. Similarly with field 16 up here, people were reporting issues, especially with grass work. So, I went in and planted, grass. I didn't do necessarily an amazing job. But you can see the grass I, picked up in a few areas where it was grass. It's now turned to hay. So, all of those types of issues have definitely been resolved. And then the animal farm area here, especially the cow farm, was an area that we had a lot of problems with when we tried to do the Let's Play before. And so you can see here the remnants of a lot of the testing that I did today. I've probably logged about 5 hours on this map today doing tests in different scenarios. And so you can see here, I'm able to cut this grass and it drops. Earlier off camera, I had let it turn to hay. You can see the remnants of my hay, and I picked some of that up and fed my cows with it. You'll notice I don't have any cows because I fast forwarded time so much that they all died off because I wasn't paying attention. But they did work. Everything with the cows worked as far as I could tell. I'd been playing mostly with seasons on, but I also did some test runs of some of this functionality without seasons on a multiplayer server. So multiplayer should be working. All of our grass is working. We were able to pick it up with the loading wagon. I've got a loading wagon, out here in field 16 where I was doing tests of picking that up. I tested sheep out and made sure that you could feed and water the sheep here as well since we were here. And so really, all the major things that were there before that we were having struggles with seem to be fixed. And now some other things, though, have actually changed with this farm. And so I'm flying around here a little bit. You can see there's a driveway down here that I don't think used to be here. I think you used to have to go all the way up there to get into this farm. So now you can get into it through the backside here. We've got this little shed so we can get around the horse farm there. And you can also see that we've got these silage bunks here. And you can see both of them are blanketed. I didn't do a whole lot of silage in this particular test, but you can see I opened this up. I got 5,000 liters of silage over there. I've got 8,000 that I push back in here. And so, we've got silage that we're able to use. I dumped a big pile of hay here in the middle of the yard because we were having issues with not being able to dump things on the ground. And so, in general, everything that we were having problems with up here seems to be resolved and working when it comes to this cow farm. And I'm really enjoying some of the tweaks here. We've got a bale sell point now up here near, this is another version of the silo, I believe, and then this is the sell point. So, having the bale sell point is especially helpful if you are not playing with seasons, because I don't think you can sell bales in seasons. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't do a lot of grass work. But we've also got the biogas plants in here, the bale sell points in here. You can sell silage there. And then the other sell points are on the map now. So you have dairy, the DeRoot, the Lowry CHS is appropriately on the PDA now. And so all of those points are now there and showing up. And I think the other big thing that I didn't highlight is this fence has been removed. So now to get down to the cows, you've got this driveway that goes straight down on this side rather than over here. This is just an entrance into this grass area. So, I'm super excited about all of these changes. Lots of little bits and polish here and there. But, this is good news, I think, for everybody that has been waiting for this map to come out. The other thing that I did a fair amount of testing with, and I honestly just don't remember if I talked about it yet, is that up here at the store, if I can remember which way to go, there were issues with vehicles falling through the floor and getting some of the bigger machinery out of this building. And so I did a lot of testing with different kinds of machinery and bought a bunch of things like I know the TLX truck and the truck bed would fall through the floor and then you couldn't back into it and pick it up. You couldn't get the flexi coil out of the shed, and now you can get that out through this big door here. And a lot of people were having issues in multiplayer where if you were to be on a multiplayer server and drive your vehicles out and try to get out here and leave the shop area, that vehicles were just kind of floating around and having some issues. I have not run into any of those issues. I did set up a multiplayer server. I have, 3 or 4 accounts for Farm Sim. And so I went ahead and set up a multiplayer server, jumped in with a couple of accounts, and I was able to drive around in this area on multiplayer without any issues whatsoever. So I'm not seeing any problems with any of those types of things either. So at this point, as far as I'm concerned, this map is in a much better state than it's been in previous releases. And so I found a couple of, really minor snow mask type things in a couple of the buildings where, it just needs to have the snow mask fixed up on it a little bit. I'm going to pass all those kinds of things over to Mapper's Paradise. But I, haven't found in 5-6 hours of playtesting anything significantly wrong on this map. Where if I wasn't really looking to nitpick and find issues, I would probably not even notice most of the little things that I have come across. So I am super excited to pass this back to Mapper's Paradise with a couple of minor fixes and recommendations for him, and hopefully see this resubmitted to the Giants Mod Hub soon. So I will stay in contact with Mapper's Paradise and hopefully have some good news to report for you on updated versions coming out soon. For all the console viewers, I have not heard any specific updates regarding the state of the console map other than it is still in progress. And so I know I've heard a lot of naysayers saying that it's not coming out. And so I've not seen any indication that it's not coming out. In fact, Mapper's Paradise has said recently on his Facebook post, even I believe, that he's working on the console version still. So I think this update to the PC release version of the map is a good sign that things are moving in the right direction. And I'm super excited to hopefully see this come out soon. As I get more information, I will keep you all posted. But once again, thanks for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And that's all for today. Ketterick, out.